Jason, can you tell me about your role in EPSCoR and RACC?
So my name is Jason Stockwell. I'm an associate professor in aquatic ecology within the Rubinstein School at the University of Vermont. I'm also the director of the Rubinstein Ecosystem Science Laboratory, which is a laboratory right on the waterfront of Burlington, where we have both laboratory capabilities as well as research vessel capabilities to work on the lake. I am part of the Vermont EPSCoR RACC program, Research on Adaptation to Climate Change. I'm involved with one of the central questions revolving around the impacts of nutrient dynamics on the Lake Champlain ecosystem.
So I heard about the undergraduate summer program that you are running. Can you tell me a little bit more about it?
Well, it's called Research Experience for Undergraduates, and it's funded by the National Science Foundation, and it provides funding for University of Vermont to bring in 10 undergraduate students from all over the country to come here for 10 weeks and do their own independent research project. They develop their own hypotheses. They get exposed to different methods of professional development. So we do writing workshops, we do research ethics, we do presentation styles, how to give different presentations. We even do a session on how to engage the public in discussing their research.
So what's the power of the REU experience for undergrads being tied to the RACC program?
The interesting thing both about the RACC project and also with our REU program is we're trying to take a holistic approach. It's not only the effect of nutrients on the lake ecosystem, but it's how are the nutrients getting there. And so there's a whole scientific process to the hydrology, but it also relates to how humans interact with the land, and that also revolves around how humans govern themselves on the land. And so with our REU project, we're trying to look at these issues in Lake Champlain, not just in relation to the natural sciences, but also the social sciences, and how is the societal structure influencing what's happening in the natural system.
So if ideally there's one thing that your students could walk away with from the summer, what would that be? What kind of experience or accomplishment do you want them to have?
I think the biggest thing, and we saw this last year with the students coming out, is that they understand first what it means to do research, what it's involved. It's not all about being out in the field and catching big fish and showing pictures of it, measuring it. There's a lot more behind the scenes work in the laboratory, doing work the long hours. So that's one thing. The other thing is to have them understand that there are many ways of getting into research, and there are many ways of establishing careers. And for instance, last year, each week we had a different faculty mentor meet with the students and discuss their career paths. And all the students came out of there saying, I never knew there were so many ways you could get to a profession in research. What they found out was there's many ways to get up the mountain.
So what are your favorite kind of aspects of working with undergraduates in this role?
I really enjoy seeing the students develop and mature. Students come in and they're kind of wide-eyed and not sure what to expect. And by the end of the summer, they're talking to their peers, their mentors, they're talking to the general public in a very informed and professional way. One of the students, Monisha, she is from Rutgers, and the experience last year actually gave her the skill set that she was able to get hired on for a 2-month expedition to Antarctica, where she is right now doing work on marine zooplankton, and that's based on her freshwater zooplankton experience from last year. But she'll be back in May to present her results from last summer.
And are there any big changes you plan to make in the program or the structure of the experience for the students from lessons learned last summer?
An important piece for me, it's such a wonderful program that the students get really absorbed into it, and they get the wonderful experience, and they leave here so much more knowledgeable, not only about their project but about career options, that the big question for me is how do we really replicate that here for our students in a sustainable way? And so that's kind of my challenge going forward.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming to talk with me.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Sarah.